Welcome to the Mindset Curriculum. The topic of this video will be having extreme ownership and blaming your system. So what do I mean by that? When we look at successful people, they tend to have this extreme sense of accountability or extreme ownership to the point where if something doesn't go their way, they assume it's their fault. They blame themselves or they take responsibility. And the reason why they do this is because when it's your responsibility, it also gives you the power to change it. And people who are successful like being in control, like knowing that they can change their situation. And you can only do that by giving yourself that power. If you blame the external, if you point fingers, then it's always going to be outside of your control and there's nothing that you can do about it. It actually stops your brain from thinking of solutions because you've already told your brain that there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So you've closed the door on thinking. And extreme ownership doesn't mean beating yourself up or calling yourself stupid. It means asking questions like, what failed here? What in my system failed here? And how can I improve it? And the difference is critical because if you blame your identity, then that's who you're going to become, and that's going to become your reality. If there's a problem with your identity, which we'll get into in another video, then we change your identity. But your self-talk is very important, and we don't want to have a negative tone when we're talking to ourselves. Instead, we should have a mindset of curiosity. So it's blaming your system and not your person. When you blame your system, you get curious, you learn, and you create solutions that can get you out of that situation that you don't want to be in. So, for example, let's say you hired the wrong employee. Most people would blame the employee, and some people would blame themselves, and they would call themselves a bad leader, or they would tell themselves that they suck at hiring. But that doesn't create a solution, and now you're molding your identity to that, and guess what? You are going to suck at hiring. But effective extreme ownership is asking, okay, what went wrong in my system? Did I fail to set clear expectations? Was there a lack of training? Did I skip building a process for onboarding? And the point is, once you identify that, you can fix the system, and the next time you're good to go. You have this belt that you can have unlimited weapons holstered in. And the people that win in life have this mindset of, I'm just going to continue to acquire more weapons by having that curious mindset and understanding that learning never stops. And while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can always control how we react to things, the way that we respond. And I think it's Napoleon Hill who said this. I think it was from a book called Outwitting the Devil. And he said something along the lines of every hardship, every challenge, every setback has a seed of an equivalent advantage, right? So when we're looking at problems, every hard thing that we're facing, every obstacle, there is a seed of an equivalent advantage, but it's your job, it's our job to water that seed. So you need to ask yourself, can I do something about this? Let's say you're unhappy with a particular situation that you're in right now. or you're dealing with a problem, can I do something about this? If the answer is yes, then be grateful that you can do something about it and start acting on it. Stop complaining. If the answer is no, then why are you complaining? Complaining isn't going to make it any better. If you really can't do anything about it, then just accept it and move forward and focus on what you can control. But complaining isn't going to make your situation better. It's going to make it worse. So stop complaining, start taking ownership, and blame your systems, not your identity. That's how you take back your power to actually change things and grow.